Welcome to another episode of Amputee Outdoors. I'm Glenn, your host, and today we're doing Bear Mountain Trail. 4.5 miles up to the summit. I just want to point out something about those that are thinking about doing this trail. If you're looking for a trail where it's really difficult to get to and you need an SUV with no concern for how your SUV is going to get beaten up, this is the trail you want to do. Because this road up here, 20 plus miles, about 23 miles all told, dirt road the whole way, lots of potholes. In the summer it's probably nothing but dust. In the spring and the fall, probably nothing but mud pit the whole way. If you've got a sedan, I don't recommend it. If you've got a brand new Mercedes SUV or something like that, you didn't buy that SUV to drive along this particular road. It's going to beat it up something awful. However, if you've got that kind of vehicle, it's a lot of fun. All right. I'm going to get up this road, up this trail, check out the view, and have some lunch. See you up there. Okay, so first part of this trail, I just want to point out for those of you who, care about what kind of condition the trail is in. First part of this trail is basically a riverbed that you're hiking over. You will need your poles. Even if you're pretty darn sure-footed, you're really going to need those poles. There's about 6 little streams I've crossed so far, and it's a beautiful, idyllic location. But this trail is definitely not ADA approved. All right, I'm going to get further up the trail and see what else I can find. Hey, we're only a little way up the trail. It's a tough trail, but it's worth it. Look at this river behind me. Beautiful. Sometimes hiking is hard work. In fact, most of the time it is. But this is what makes it worthwhile and why I get out here to go hiking. Can't wait to see what else I can find further up the trail. Hey, a little further along the trail, this is Bear Creek, B-E-A-R, and I'm climbing up Bear Mountain, B-A-R-E, just so there's no confusion about where I'm going here today. The trail goes up that way to the left of the creek. Further along, I've got to make a judgment call about crossing this creek. Hopefully I can make it. The one thing I'm going to keep in mind, safety first. I don't want to put myself at any risk of getting injured and becoming a statistic as some of the reports in the news. Keep that in mind when you're out hiking. Don't want to become a statistic. All right, let's get up this trail. Hey, so I just made it across that downed log over there. Got across with the poles and got halfway across, had to sit down in a very undignified manner, scoot across on my butt. It's doable, but I think that if my wife was here, she would have been screaming bloody murder at me. Nonetheless, I made it, and I was very, very safe and very careful, and I really took my time. On the way back, we'll also be really taking my time. So this kind of stuff, play it safe. If it looks like it's outside of your capabilities, turn around, find another route. We'll just say, hey, some other time, when the river's not so full, and come back again. All right, I'm going to get further up this trail. Hopefully this is the worst thing I'm going to come across today. Is notably improved comparatively, whereas before it was basically a rocky riverbed, and it's pretty obvious that in some places during the winter time it is actually a running stream going downhill there. It's now become more of a forest path, but even so, that's what it looks like. Yeah, you can see the path there, right? So One of the things when you're out hiking is to pay attention to the path you're on and make sure you're still actually on the path. Hope I don't get lost. Further up the trail, there's supposed to be 46 switchbacks going up the hill here. Sometimes through a little bit of forest, most of the time exposed on a bare mountain. A lot of signs of avalanches of rocks and boulders and trees over the years. And there's still snow here, and it's May 21st. For us amputees, getting through snow like this, sometimes a little bit tricky. Again, hiking poles, crucial element to successful hiking. All right, I'm going to get across there. Keep on going. Wish me luck. Well, this is one of those times when you got to make a judgment call. As you can see, the snow is pretty deep. I've been following the trail of someone who's come here before me, but their footprints have melted quite a bit, and I'm starting to lose track, lose where the trail is. So I think I'm going to take a break, have my lunch, and turn back. It's very disappointing. The summit isn't that very far away from me. I've almost made it up there. But it's getting a little risky. I've post-holed into the snow 3-4 times, taken a slip on the snow once. It's too risky. I'm all alone. I'm not going to take a chance. So sometimes when you're out hiking, you got to make that judgment call. There's the drive to carry on and make it all the way. We all have that. And it's terribly disappointing to not make it all the way. But you don't want to end up as a statistic. Okay? So I'm going to, like I said, break for lunch, pack it on back down the mountain, taking it slow and easy. See you further down the trail. Maybe you can't make it up this mountain to see all this. So here's a video of Bear Creek going through the woods. If you can make it up here, this is what you get to see. It's just beautiful, isn't it? Right, so this is how a one-legged guy with a prosthetic crosses a log across the stream. It's also how a one-legged guy terrifies his wife if she ever sees this video. No problem. I could do that all day, but I'm not going to. Let's get up this trail and get home. Well, made it down. Bear Mountain won this round. I shall return. For amputees, if you're considering this hike, don't do it unless you're in good physical shape, your socket fits really well, and you've got a prosthetic foot that your prosthesis is rated for a hard hike. This hike here, the first 2 miles, it's rocky the whole way. It's going to throw you all around the place. In fact, if you've got bad knees, bad hip, or a bad back, you probably shouldn't do this hike. It's going to ruin you, especially coming down. It's jarring. My arms are aching just from using my poles to keep myself from falling over and breaking my descent. Nonetheless, fantastic hike, beautiful river, gorgeous views, very, very worth it. And yes, later this year, I'm coming back and I'm going to beat this mountain. I'm going to get up there and I'm going to see that view. It's going to be worth it. And then when I get back home, I'll probably put an ice pack on my stump and not move for about 3 hours or 4 hours because I'll be exhausted. Still worth it though. Well, thank you for coming with me on this little hike. Sorry we couldn't make it all the way up to the top, but you know, that's what happens sometimes. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and if you have questions or suggestions or comments about this hike or others, I'd like to hear about them. And as always, hit that big red subscribe button down there so you can get more videos like this. And as always, hope to see you out on the trail.